everyone, welcome to my very first YouTube video. I can't believe I'm really saying this out loud. My name is Divya and I'm the artist behind Chitra. If you've been following my journey on Instagram or anywhere else, you probably know that I specialize in pet portraits and wildlife art. But if you're new here, I'm so glad you find your way through. Chitra almost started 5 years ago, and honestly, it began very simple. Just me, some paints, and a deep love for creating. Over time, it slowly grew up to something more meaningful. A place where I could bring together art, emotions, creativity, and the compassion for animals that I had. Especially stories of animals and the bond we share with them. And now as Chitra is almost completing 5 years, it feels like the perfect time to start something that has been on my list for so long. Yes, this YouTube channel. Thought about it, postponed it, overthought it, probably 100 times. So here we are. This space is going to be an extension of everything I love, from art, animals, wildlife, nature, storytelling, and all the small meaningful moments between them. For this very first video, I am painting a portrait of 2 dogs by a river. And while you watch this video, I'll also be sharing something a little personal about life with pets and how they deeply shape us. I really hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for being here. So let's get started.
There's something strangely emotional about painting memories. Not just because of the final artwork, but because while painting, you almost relive the feeling behind it. Every brushstroke slows you down. Every tiny detail makes you notice things because they are never just a painting. They are reminders of a life, a bond, a feeling that someone never wants to forget. Right now I'm painting 2 dogs standing quietly by a river, and I love how peaceful this scene feels. No chaos, no movement, just 2 souls existing together in a moment that probably lasted only a few seconds, but meant everything to someone. And I think that's the beautiful thing about life with pets. The moments that stay with us forever are rarely the big moments. They're usually the simplest ones. They sit beside you when you're having a hard day. The excitement they show when you come home, even if you were gone just for 10 minutes. The way they somehow become a part of every routine without you even realizing it. And one day you suddenly look back and realize they were there for all of it. The good days, the messy days, the lonely days, the days you didn't even know you needed comfort. Pets have this incredible ability to quietly become home. And the hardest part about loving them is knowing time never feels long enough. I think about this a lot, how we measure our lives in years. But with pets, every year feels so much more significant. A single year changes so much for them, and somehow, without noticing, we begin counting time differently too. This was the year they learned this. This was the year we moved houses together. This was the year they got older. And I don't think anyone truly prepares you for how fast it all goes. Sometimes I look at old photos of my dog Chess, and it genuinely feels impossible that she's already 7 years old. Chess is my indie dog, and honestly, she has changed my life in more ways than I can explain. Before her, I loved animals, but loving your own dog is different. It changes the way you experience life. You become softer somehow, more patient, more emotionally aware. You begin noticing the smallest things, like how peaceful it feels when they fall asleep beside you, or how they can instantly sense when you're upset without you even saying a single word. There have been days when I've come home exhausted, overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and somehow just sitting beside Chess made things feel so much lighter. Not because she solved anything, but because animals have this quiet way of reminding us that presence itself is enough. And I think that's something humans forget very often. We're always rushing, always chasing the next thing, the next achievement, the next milestone. But pets don't care about any of that. They care about now, about walks, about treats, about sitting beside the person they love. And honestly, I think they teach us more about life than we realize. I think one of the reasons I started painting pets is because deep down I understood how precious these memories are. A painting becomes more than decor, it becomes a way to hold on to a feeling, a way to pause time, even if just for a moment. While painting this portrait, I kept imagining the story behind this moment. Maybe it was during a vacation, maybe it was an ordinary evening walk, maybe the owners took this photo casually without realizing how important it would become later. That's the thing about memories. You never know which moment will become special someday. So while this painting slowly comes together on the canvas, I hope this video reminds you of your own pets too. The ones beside you right now, the ones you grew up with, and even the ones you still carry in your heart. Because if there's one thing animals do so effortlessly, it's leaving paw prints on our lives forever.